CDD Ghana and Eduwatch review of the education sector medium-term development plan for 2018 to 2021 identifies the inequitable distribution of education inputs, including school infrastructure, teaching and learning resources, trained teachers, single-sex toilet facilities, ICT centers, seating and writing places as key drivers of poor learning outcomes in deprived districts compared to endowed districts. Children living in marginalized and deprived communities are faced with a lack of exercise and textbooks, libraries, computers, school desks, learner-friendly classrooms, among others. According to the Ministry of Education, there are about 5,400 schools under trees, sheds, and dilapidated structures, whilst about 20% of classrooms require major refurbishment. In addition, there are about 4,000 primary schools without junior high schools, causing up to 28% of primary school graduates to drop out of basic education in the northern region alone. Relatedly, 40% of basic school children do not have desks, with many sitting on stones, improvised stools, or laying on the floor, affecting the quality of teaching, learning, and learning outcomes.
When you enter into the class, you can see there's no chairs. You don't have furniture for the children. So now, KG 1 and 2, some of them, they are lying on the floor writing. When we come to the logistic books, for that one, we don't have some at all. So through capitation, we will be able to bought only few books. And we share it to the teachers for them to use it to teach the children.
According to the Ministry of Education, about 31% of basic schools do not have access to toilet facilities, a situation that makes the school environment unfriendly for girls, thereby affecting their attention in school.
We don't have a school building. In my menses, I cannot come to school because there's no flowing water. We are unable to stay in school when it rains.
Even when it rains during school hours, the school has to close and my children come home prematurely.
As you can see, this is our urinal. It just broke down, I think was it yesterday or a day before yesterday, because of the raining. And you could see the type of material that they used to build the urinal. So it doesn't make it strong. They enter into their menstruation period. That's one of the challenges that we face, because they don't have enough money to even support themselves. So they wouldn't even like to come to school. So they will just stay indoor unless that days or that weeks pass before they will come.
The outcome of the poor learning environment in deprived district is responsible for the poor BEC performances compared to that of endowed districts. According to CDD Ghana and Eduwatch, there exists a 14% point difference between the BEC performance of deprived districts compared to endowed districts. 68% for deprived and 82% for endowed districts. The severe deprivation is even more consequential when students have to transition from primary 6 to junior high school. Stakeholders within deprived communities are urging government to, among other things, provide infrastructure and ensure an equitable system for distributing teachers and teaching and learning materials to improve teaching and learning outcomes.
It's about to rain, so we are just getting ready to close the children at that.
Up to date, Akodako school wapa akonya every.
Our children have to carry their own furniture to school, and teachers who get posted here end up abandoning posts.
Obe faha eko kumendia yewa transio. Obi bedru nsuo no a wasemi transio.
We are pleading for government support for the school.
Omonhwe yeso na omuntimi mboaye.
The poor learning environments and learning outcomes in public basic schools in deprived communities is as a result of inadequate funding of education. Between 2011 and 2020, the proportion of government expenditure on education declined from 27% to 17%, while education spending as a percentage of GDP spending declined from 6.3% to 4.6%. Further evidence of inadequate and inequitable financing of basic education is observed in the decline of basic education share of the education expenditure from 49% in 2011 to 41% in 2020.
According to UNICEF, we are spending as little as 11% of our education budget on children from 20% poorest household, and then 3 times, that's 33%, on children from richest household.
To improve the quality of basic education infrastructure, especially in deprived communities, Government of Ghana must increase investment into basic education to at least 50% of the education expenditure, with at least 20% going into capital expenditure.